Well, hello there, and welcome back. In this exercise, we're going to take a look at the end game of the process. And to get yourself started, I need you to open the nos_final.fxp file that's located in your exercise folder. Now, the end game is really two steps. The first step is making sure everything does what it's supposed to do and testing it. And to do that, you want to just give it a quick look in the browser because you can't test interactivity inside Catalyst. So you have File, Run Project, right there. And you can press Command Return or Control Enter if you're on a PC. And what it will do is it'll just build the Swift file. Then it'll launch your browser. And when the browser launches, you'll see that your project will be in the browser window. And you can test out all of your buttons. In this project here, I've only really got three things. I got a home button, the hike. Yep, that works. Back to home. Let's go see if there's paddlings there. Yep, there's paddling. Let's go to hike. Okay. So everything's working. I'm a happy camper. If you have problems, this would be a great place to find them, identify them, and fix them. So you're going to quit Firefox, and we're going to come back to Catalyst. And now what we're going to do is send it out in a way that our developer can work with it, or even better, get our developer to take a look at it. And once the developer is happy with your ideas and sort of understands what you're trying to do, let's get it to the client. So the first thing you want to do is File, Save As. And if you save it as NOS Final, you'll see that it uses the FXP format. Now, this format is used by a developer, your coder, and he or she will open it up in Flash Builder, make the changes, and make everything work the way it's supposed to work, and then send it back to you, and you can open it up in Catalyst. So you can kind of work back and forth. You don't touch code, he or she doesn't touch design, everyone is happy. So this is the format that you can use with your developer. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. Another thing you can do is publish to Swift or Air. Now, again, what this does is it outputs, and you can now give the file to people, and they can try it out themselves. So you can, basically go around the office or even to the client and say, what do you think? And if you go to File, Publish to Swift or Air, the Publish to Swift dialog box opens, and it's going to ask you, where do you want to do it? And I'm going to go to my browser testing folder, and you can browse and go to any folder you want. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go to the desktop and I'm going to save it to a file called North of Superior. So I choose the folder where I'm going to publish it. I'm going to click Open. And you notice there's the path right there. Now I can build for accessibility, which basically allows people that use assistive devices to use this application that you're building. Build a version for upload to a web server. There will be a version put in its own folder with everything you need, and all you gotta do is just upload that to a web server and send a link to somebody. Build version to view offline, double-click it, and away it goes. I'm not going to touch the Air application. This would be the one that would go to tablets or devices. And the fonts here that we're using don't need to be embedded. So you just click the Publish button, and you can see that there's a little progress bar that shows you the publishing process. And once it finishes, it disappears, and I can minimize my application here. Open up the North of Superior, there's the NOS Final, and there's the web file, the web folder, and everything that I need to upload to a web folder is there, including a CSS and an HTML. And if I want to just run this locally, in other words, right off my desktop, you notice that it gives me the similar setup. And if I double-click the main HTML file, I'll just launch my browser, and away we go. So there you go. There's the end game of the process. It really is a lot of fun. It gives you an opportunity to sort of find your mistakes, get approvals. It's very low risk, I call it. If you make a mistake here, so what? It's not hard to fix. For the rest of the lessons, we're going to dig deep into the application and focus on technique. And matter of fact, in the next lesson, we're going to talk about where do these things come from. And they come from Fireworks, Illustrator, Photoshop, and even you can build them inside Catalyst. And we're going to take a look at all of that. I'll see you there.